Hi, getting into today's aftermarket analysis journal. Hope everyone had a good trading day today. Let's get into it. Coming into the day, I was bearish. As you can see, we had these two 4-hour fair value gaps. We came above this one, tapped into this one. We didn't get a close though. As well as yesterday at the end of the session, we ended up breaking above this one, tapping into this one, not closing above it, and then we ended up coming down again and closing below this one. Going into the AM session, or sorry, aftermarket session, we ended up coming into here, which was around equilibrium of the range. Ended up starting to get a reversal, come down into or coming into AM session open. So yeah, I was bearish in the morning. We had news at 8:30. We left data lows right here. We ended up coming down still before pre-market or still during pre-market. Ended up leaving these relative equal lows. So yeah, I wanted to see those get taken out as soon as market opened though. We we left this buy side right here and we just ended up straight dumping. There was no moves that I saw that I could have caught really. I mean, I technically maybe could have saw a entry here. Again, this is all hindsight. We did tap into it multiple times, but it's like this kind of entry, a basic, break a structure and everything like that. We didn't really have a huge liquidity sweep. We just kind of had volume into the session open. So I just didn't see it as really a good entry. But obviously, as you can see here, we had multiple chances that it could have been an entry. Ended up just selling, selling, selling. We took out a lot of sell side. We took out London lows, Asian lows. We even came as low as PM session lows from yesterday. Um, so yeah, after that had happened, obviously I was leaning more bullish once all that sell side had gotten taken out, but also a little cautious as we had literally just dumped a bunch. I think, let's see here, that was from session open. Okay, that's not it. From session open till around 10 a.m., we had already dumped 200 points. So I was being a little cautious as we could deal with chop. But we weren't really that choppy. We ended up coming up. There could have been a possible entry, or I actually, sorry, I did take an entry. Um, yeah, over here. Where? Why does it look a little different? Hold on. I swear we swept a low. Mm, that wasn't a short, was it? No, yeah, I was gonna say it. Wait, but yeah, okay. Now looking back at this, I'm honestly kind of. Oh, that's why, because the candle is. Yeah, we swept this like these. I would say like low resistance liquidity and this low, and I was trying to like kind of turtle soup it. It probably wasn't the best entry. Honestly, I literally don't take turtle soups. I don't know too much of the concept, and I just don't have too much confidence in it since you're just going off just a sweep of a low, and that's what I'm saying. It's supposed to be you're supposed to be looking for a specific swing low or sorry, relative low or high. So yeah, I got in, we came up, and then it just I was like, okay, I'm gonna set it at break even just because I'm not too strong of a conviction in the in the entry, so that's why I just said at break even. Ended up getting stopped at break even. Thankfully, I did that because we came down, created this S&T right here, and ended up coming up. It was where was it? Oh yeah, it was I believe here that could have been a possible entry. Mm, I was looking at it. I believe it was in this area. We came down, created the S&T, ended up inversing, and then yeah, I mean, I didn't plan on taking this because I didn't have too much conviction into it. But yeah, so just in this area between 10 a.m. to 11 was just this entry. I tried to turtle soup, but we got stopped at break even. A little later into that, coming into 11 a.m., I did see this. Now I saw these relative equal highs get swept. We had a SMT here, ended up inversing, came back into the inverse, Ended up taking this on my Webull live account. That's why there's no executions on here. And I'm fairly new to using Webull for futures. So, and plus I'm using live funds on there. So I was more laser focused on that I didn't take the entry on my, uh, Combine account. So yeah, I missed the entry on here. Ended up making around 200 bucks on, my Webull account. But you'll get into it because I ended up taking another trade in the PM session, which ended up cutting that in half. So after the PM session trade, I was only up around 100 on the day. But yeah, I took this, not the best RR, it was 1.5. Reason being, we had this order block, or not, sorry, not order block. Well, yeah, we had an order block down there, but we also had a fair value gap. I'm not sure if it was just a 1 minute. Yeah, it was a 3 minute. Um, it was a 1 minute, 3 minute, whatever. There was more higher time frames on the fair value gap. So I had just gotten out between the 50% mark of, I just wanted to get out around the 50% mark there, um, which I believe was a good idea as once we got to around the 50% mark, kind of chopping. Yeah, we did come lower, but I will take my profits, and 1.5 are not the best, but it's better than 1 to 1 exactly. So yeah, coming in down to here, I think this was another SMT that we had left, or is this the same one I'd seen earlier? Or no, this, yeah, we had ended up creating another SMT. Um, didn't wasn't gonna take anything here during lunch session, and then coming back into PM session. Um, so it's coming up. Took out these equal highs, came up here. Yeah, so this is where we took out this buy side, ended up coming down. I wanted to wait to see us take this buy side level and then possibly get a short entry, which we did take. Now looking back at it though, yes, we did sweep this, waited for 2 p.m. to open, did sweep this buy side level. But I was looking at to take an inversion on the 3 minute because that was the first thing I had seen. But not gonna lie, I also did see that we had formed a 5 minute. um, we didn't inverse the 5 minute. I should have waited, but we inversed the 3 minute, so that is why I decided to take the entry. Um, Again, now looking back at it, I should have been more patient and just waited for the 5 minute, as that's the higher time frame that I should have waited to get disrespected. So, but I kind of knew that going into it. Again, it's a trade I really shouldn't have taken. I knew going into it wasn't the best. This is also I had taken on my live account on Webull as well as on here. So that's why I was only risking 10 points because I figured if we are going to get this move, we need to get it now, especially after tapping back into this 1 minute bearish fair value gap. And then, yeah, so if I didn't want to see us come up to here, or even, I think my stop was just above the fair value gap, which was thankfully around 10 points because that's all I was willing to risk. But yeah, I didn't want to see us come back up to here at all. I wanted to just see us tap into here and then have that move down, take out these equal lows, take out all the sell side. Um, and we obviously didn't have that happen. So I ended up getting stopped out, and that was basically it for today. So one break even, one win, and one loss. We're up about 100 bucks on the day, as well as I forgot to mention on the combine we are down 200. Another thing is I did trade the regular e-mini on this, just one. That's also another reason I only want to risk 10 points as well, because if I was risking 10 points on here, um, I might as well only risk 10 points on my live account, which is a comfortable risk I was willing to take on both, since, again, my daily loss limit for this account is around 200. Going forward, I probably am going to trade the minis on here. I just feel like with the micros for the combine, it's just, I don't know. I know I should be able to make consistent gains with the micros, but I feel it's hard, especially with just five, because again they're so small already. Now five is perfect size, but it's just the fact that, like, if I'm risking 200, technically I should be in a way trying to make 400 on the day. I don't have a specific goal. I don't like to set specific goals. I've known from a while that's not good to really have for your profit target. but it just, again, I should try to get that 1 to 2 R, and with micros, it is just really hard in the fact of trying to catch a 40-point move. Um, Consistently trying to catch 40-point moves, 15, 20-point moves, it's a little different, especially, when you're only risking 10 points on the e-minis, and then trying to catch 15 and 20 points. It's not a lot, but I feel like trying to catch anything over than 30 consistently is, relatively not that easy. So going forward, I am going to be trading the e-minis, especially because we're down, I think, about now around 800 on the combine. So I kind of have to um, see if I can risk a little more. We're still only risking the 10 points a day, but just, higher size, just keeping it tighter stop loss on each trade. So yeah, that's basically it for today's aftermarket analysis journal. Again, hope everyone did well today. I was pretty happy with today, just besides the last trade, again, which should have been avoided. But yeah, that's it for today. Again, I didn't trade yesterday because of FOMC, so I will see you guys for tomorrow.